Hello Publicity fans, this is Mark from My Size Hedge Fund. We're back with the Decklist of the week, which this week is X-Men Legends. As you can see, it's the world's 2016 best tenon, and that is quite a claim to be able to make. Now the weird thing about this deck, unlike many Tenon Institute decks, is that none of the ice is advanceable. So you're just using it basically as a storage point more than anything. You can trigger light, of course, but the big trick of this deck is to be able to mutate. Something small like Yugora suddenly becomes a DNA tracker, your paltry vanillas suddenly become a wall of thorns, and so on and so forth. You're comboing this with Heritage Committee, allowing you to put a card from HQ back on the top of R&D, so you're guaranteed a good mutate. And some other interesting bits and pieces as well, red herrings, just to annoy and tax the runner somewhat, Chrysium because it's good coverall, 3 Caprice of course, and some other fun bits and pieces. Agenda suite is pretty much as you'd expect, Nisei, because it's one of the best agendas in the game, corporate sales team, global food, and Philotic. So, looking forward to trying this out. It has an interesting track record and a funny deck description as well, so give it a read and hope you enjoy. So, we're up against a Valencia. That could be a challenging one. They do have access to Rumor Mill, of course. They could rebirth into someone like Omer, Wizard, of course, or, just play it by ear, see what you're playing, and try and counter that. Opening hand is not quite stellar. Launch campaign is very easy to trash as Valencia. We don't have the ice to go with it. I think we throw it back. See if we can do better. We do not. Fistful of agendas. And, well, looks like we're putting DNA Tracker up on HQ and praying, really. So, 4 cards in hand. 3 of them are agendas. This could be a rough one. On the bright side, if we do manage to stabilize, which we may not be allowed to, we're in a position to rush, assuming we can keep them off too many blackmails. So we lose red herrings. That is unfortunate, although, again, less taxing against Valencia. Another DNA tracker. I mean, it's good, but we would have liked it for free. So much for cheating out ice with Mutate. We're waiting for our bits and pieces. Heritage Committee is not going to save us here. It'll just draw us extra cards. We're kind of looking for Jackson, really. So we're going to see Hades Shard. Oh no, this is the Tenon. Let's do everything in our power, wow, to make sure that they can't draw. Okay, that's decent. We're going to throw away the Trigger Light for the moment. Hopefully get it back at some point in time. We'll get the launch campaign in behind the Lotus Field. And hopefully we can get them to waste a blackmail. If not, we're getting a few credits, which with this big beefy eyes out, we very much need. We definitely have to res HQ if they make a run here. Or indeed less important probably with 4 agendas in hand, but you never know. So let's put this into server 1 and just take 2 credits. If they don't blackmail, we'll put the Caprice in there next turn and prepare ourselves for getting a Nisei or corporate sales team. There's the blackmail. Perfect, that is exactly what we wanted. Sure, we're losing the launch, but we'll have Caprice and an agenda ready to go for next turn. Even though we have 23 credits worth of ice on the board. But unfortunately, not a lot we can do about that. Alternatively, we can take it really slow, put a crick on archives so that they almost have to give us the free token. No, I think we have to make a push here. And I think Nisei is the more important one. And now we're hoping that they don't have a combination of Rumor Mill and Blackmail. Ooh, this is gonna hurt. So, we can afford to res this. And then we can get the this going as well. So this will hit and it will hurt. Does leave us quite exposed, but I think in this instance it is worth it. Hit the Yogg. That is excellent. And now we need R&D not to give up the ghost on us. Would have liked to hit blackmails or same old things, but I'm happy enough with this. We'll get this scored. Next turn we can try and consolidate with getting the Jackson down. That seems good to me. HQ is now the worry. Maybe it should have been corporate sales team after all. So I think we need to tidy up our hand, hopefully find some more economy. And there's the run to prevent us from getting anything, which means Crick could do work. We do want the launch campaign back. And the red herrings would be handy as well, actually. So let's get that in there. Let's draw 2. And let's put the Crick on archives. And we'll throw away 1 agenda. So not quite what we wanted, but could do the job. They could be gearing up for a deja vu into Yogg. That would make us quite unhappy. 1 David in the bin already. Didn't see that being thrown away, but delighted to see it gone. Oh yeah, we got Tenon to fire. So we'll put that on the DNA tracker because it's the least likely to get killed really easily. And I think we just take money here. Let's throw away the Philotic for the moment. And I may reshuffle because there's a greater fear that they have Rumour Mill now. And I would like to get this, and some money back. Let's go for the Bursty Hedge. Tricholite still has to wait. So we get to use Tenon once more. Amazing. Mutate comes with the other combo piece, but we are not going to be. We're not going to be doing that, I think. Could go for a corporate sales team push. I think for the moment we just hang back, take a little money, get our scoring server set up. Hopefully they're not playing DNA, or hopefully they're not playing Lotus. Hopefully they're not playing Net Ready Eyes. That would undo us. Let's get this raised. It unfortunately tells them exactly what they need, but it means we don't have to play Psy games and all of that. Also means that blackmails won't be coming on this server in the future. And I will res Crick. Because launch campaign could be very important for us right now. So yeah, the runner has gone a little bit batty in trying to keep us away from getting too many tokens going. And they're coming for HQ as well. So 1 and 5 here to make us quite unhappy, but just the mutate. And unfortunately, I'm actually pretty happy with all the ice we have going. So we'll get that going. Jackson again. Where is... Most vulnerable is HQ, obviously. But I think we're okay to just take some money. Pop in front of R&D, I think. Just because that is where the agendas now are, after our early flood. And also because we haven't quite dealt with the medium and data sucker threat just yet. An instant parasite is a worry. Here comes David. And a blackmail. So yep, that was a concern. Thankfully they're not killing DNA tracker at the same time. But now we just have to keep the fingers crossed. Lose a Caprice and lose a Jackson. And a food. Ouch. And 100% takes out our pup. Okay, well, we will purge here. And we will scrap. It's a tough call. I think... See, Susanoo is great if I could combine it with something, but at the moment I just can't. I need to keep the Jackson. So I think that goes... We can get it, the pup, and the trigger light back then. Or it, Jackson, Caprice, or more money. Couple of good options. But Lotus Field looks like it could do some great work for us. We haven't seen anything like Faust. And there's the parasite that we were worried about as well. So we will tenon. Let's go for Lotus Field. It is a safer one. Another Caprice is a bit unnecessary. I think we go for the push here. And could put Jackson out as well. Because now we need the trigger light back soon. And Crick is getting better and better. There's the Never Eyes. That is not what we wanted to see. And they've the Deja Vu, but thankfully not enough money, so they won't be getting the agenda this turn. But it does mean that Lotus Field is a bit dicier. Unless they have Yogg in hand. No. Okay. So they'll need to install Yogg first. Which means they'll need to, it seems, Deja Vu, get Yogg, install Yogg, and then install Never Eyes. And I think I will reshuffle here. Because I would like to see the trigger light. Jackson's also good. And our DNA tracker is now suffering. So I think now is the time for Susanoo to make an appearance. And once again we'll go with Lotus Field. Take a mantra draw. Nope. Okay, let's just score this out before they get to do their mad shenanigans and combos. So now we need to find our other global food. Other global food, and we need to be able to trigger light as well. Did we throw back the trigger light? We did. Okay. Whew. There's the Yogg. Oh, the head in hand. Okay. Oof. R&D is not being kind to us. And DNA tracker could soon bite the dust as well. And they might as well go again. And now we are well and truly under the collar. So we survive, but we lose Jackson. Wall of Thorns is great in this situation, actually. So we're going to lose the 2 on DNA tracker, but that's the least of our concerns at the moment. It is now a fairly useless piece of ice. So let's heritage. We get our global food as well, which is great. Let's put the Wall of Thorns up top. Let's mutate. That should bide us a little time. And take a credit. Pitching Yagora. So we're playing with very minimal ice. Thankfully they haven't run HQ too much. Global food. Can we score it? We know they've done RGIs, which means it comes down to economy and Psy games. And whether or not they have rumor mill. That is a big one. Come to think of it, we haven't seen a barrier breaker out of them yet. So curious to see if it's paperclip or corroder. Come over hand. Well, can't do anything about this. So 1 in 5. Just the archived. Hmm. 2 red herrings, maybe. So, install advance is dicey. Instead, we can take money and hope for the best. I think that's kind of what we have to do. We have to push our luck here. With all those data suckers, resing DNA tracker is pointless. There's the rumor mill. Never the eyes. And in they come. And now we have a much worse time. Install Trigger Light gets us 2 tokens. How do we get the rest is the question. So we can keep installing to waste our time, if nothing else. Or put this on R&D and see what happens. I think a purge is necessary as well, because DNA tracker then comes online again. So archived for red herrings. So they whiff again. I think we have to purge here. Get rid of the pop-up window. It's not going to do a lot for us. But I'm not entirely sure if we're out here. Hope that they go low and oh dear. Or hope that they completely mess up, which they may have just done, unless they can install a data sucker. They did. So we didn't res it all game. We didn't have enough money to res it most of the time. And DNA Tracker may be our MVP. It did enough damage on R&D, and now it may have just won us the game here. I think the cogs are frantically turning over there. They need a lot more, actually. They need data sucker and other things, and that is going to be it. DNA Tracker, what a piece of ice. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know if there was a way out for us. Looking at R&D, I mean, we could have tried to go for like Philotic. Philotic with clones not people, maybe, but we would have had to install events or get Trigger Light going. So I mean, there was an out, but with Rumour Mill on the table, we were in quite a lot of trouble. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. It's a weird, wacky deck. Mutate is a bit of fun to be able to play around with at long last. And thank you for watching.